Hey, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Readings, and today we're going to do another one. So today we are going to do sweet tea. What's the sweet tea on you? What's the good word? What's the messages? What's the insight? What's the vibe that everyone is picking up from you? What are they saying? What are their compliments? Etc. and etc. We have 5 options. Yes, 5. Hey. We have Selenite, Black Tourmaline. We have this like intense torch mechanism here. Hashtag modern life. We have a flute and we have some palo. So go ahead and pick a pile. This thing's rolling. Look, it's just dramatic. There we go. Go ahead and pick a pile. Let me give you a little close-ups on some of these. All right, and you can go ahead and click to your timestamps when you're already there. Hey, come back. I was playing. Why'd you click so fast? Come back, guys. Anyways, how y'all doing? For those of us, who are here, chilling in Taurus season, not rushing too much, how you doing? Happy birthdays. Happy holidays. Do. She's got a... She 111. She has a flute too, y'all. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click to the timestamp. I'm going to time travel. See you there. Bye. Hey, for those of you who chose the selenite up here, let's go ahead and see what is the sweet tea on you. Ooh, do we have the juiciness here on the table? Let's go ahead and see. Not the tea. You guys have actual tea. So people do discuss you often and always here after their interactions with you. We got the morning after. There's you, boo. Okay, little wink, little pucker kiss. In people's tea cups, and they are looking at... People could do some divination on you because they feel like they just have to see, what did that look mean? People feel like you give them meaningful looks, and they think about it for a long time. And they're just like, wait, were you like staring at me, or was that just me though? So people feel like they need to pull a card. They need to go on YouTube, pick a card. So some of you may be asking about each other. I don't know. But there's this energy here of they need to know more. They need to ask someone. They need to sit down with a cuppa and be like, friend, what do you think? Because I don't know, this person, their look that they gave me was just so cute, or was so intense. There could definitely be something here about how you guys do your facial expressions, being very captivating to others. You can have a good pucker, a good pout, okay? You can have good eye communication for sure, and they can really like your eye shape, just how you work your eyes, okay? All that stuff you're doing over there, expressing yourself, they're with it, okay? See, we have soulmates. So people feel like you're a soulmate. People are just like, hey, I ran into them. Whether they feel like you're one of those kind of running coincidental soulmates, or whether they feel like you are my all that is soulmate. People feel like we connected for a reason. We came to the same life for an important reason, okay? This one, I didn't put any human forms. It was like, if we're out in the galaxy and you're a turtle, I'm a turtle, boo. That's just how we're going to rock. If you're there, I'm there. Oh, you're going to Earth this lifetime? I'm on Earth, okay? Period. That's how people feel. They feel a big soul connection with you. And this, again, could really go to the eyes. Some of you have dark eyes, like really dark eyes. You probably have Plutonian energy, Scorpionic energy, 8th house themes, and people are just like drawn into your eyes. You can have very soulful eyes too, or very live eyes. So you could have something with like water or fire moon that people really are connected with, or they feel that around your ascendant as well. But people, yeah, they feel like, I'm also getting some people have noticed something on you, like freckles or a mole or something. And they feel like it represents that you're in the same like soul group or something. Or it's something where they feel like, everyone who has a mole in this place, I rock with them. Like, they're so cool. Or some kind of birthmark. So people could really like your mole or your freckles or your birthmark, and they could also see it as like significant. You seem to draw people around you who are like, there's more than meets the eye. Like, they look for deeper meanings. They're over there Googling, what is the meaning of? What is the spiritual meaning of? All right, that's them. That's this crew, okay? We have these beautiful flowers here. People feel like you're a safe space. This is heather, which is gorgeous. And heather is really good to protect from assault and harm, okay? It definitely can work. It definitely can work. You utilize your other methods, but having the asset of earth medicine can really, really help. So this is something that can help reveal who are unsafe people around you and protect, yourself. And so this, people can feel like you're very protective, you're a safe space, you're kind, you're good people. That's what I was gonna say. They're gonna recommend you and say you're good people. Like, that's good people right there. Like, I would trust them. I would trust them. I would trust them to watch Little Fluffy. You know, I trust them to be around my grandma. I would trust them to, you know, come kick it with me and the kids kind of vibe. People feel like you have good intentions. They could feel also that you're protective and that you really vet out who's around you. So you could be a little exclusive. Okay, we could give off a little exclusive air. But they feel like it's because you really care how people move on a deeper level. And so, of course, you're going to, you know, kind of cleanse out. Heather can also be used with certain things to call the rain. So they could feel like, you know, you're going to cleanse out whatever needs to go, but you're refreshing. You're so refreshing. And you just have this protective but very kind of warm and safe space energy to you, which is beautiful. Right, we have the crossroads with the street light on. People could feel like you're the friend that they would want to kick it with till the street light comes on. You know how that is? They would be like, wait 5 more minutes. I'm at so-and-so's house, right? They could just love to be around you. Like, you're the house that people want to kick it at. For sure. You're the person that people want to run out, even though, oh, the street light's on, but okay, let me run out for you, friend. People could like be willing to come and, you know, pick you up, help you out late at night or whatever it is. People see you as having like limitless opportunities. 100%. You can do a U-turn if you want. You can go fast lane, slow lane, winding road, straight shot. You can do what you want. People feel like with your opportunities, your skill sets, your talents that you have, they feel like the spotlight's going to find you no matter what. They feel like nobody can hide your aura, your shine, who you are, period. Someone could try to put you in the corner, put you in the closet over there, close the door, you know, put some blackout curtains around you or whatever, and people are still going to be like, whoa, what's that glow over there? It's you. So you're just always going to find your path. You're going to find your road. You're going to land on your feet. You're going to have these skills and talents and just this personality, this aura about you that you're going to be recognized. People are going to want to follow you. People are going to want to kind of keep up and meet you at different crossroads. You could also know a lot of different people. You could be a traveler as well. You could come from a very interesting walk of life that people are really wanting to know about. They could be like, wow. So they're always learning something when you talk, when you speak. And even if they walk the journey with you, like Three of Wands style, the way that you picked up and interpreted what just happened versus how they did, they're going to be looking like, wow, friend, I didn't even think of it that way. So you just have a very enriching mind to people in the way that you walk in your own shoes and the way that you have kind of traversed your own roads and the fact that you always find a way to open roads to yourself. Okay, the roads rise up to meet you in a lot of ways. Let's hit the middle card. I know you're curious. Hangman reverse. People could feel like you're somebody who maybe you stay behind the scenes, but they want you in front of the camera. This is Neptune card. People feel like you are able to walk the way you talk. You're able to walk out your spiritual values. People could like your legs, okay, your ankles, your feet, your knees, your thighs, okay, all that. Hips, kind of lower body region, okay? I'm seeing how, you know, when the football players make a touchdown and they do the push down. All that region down there. Okay, they feel like that's it right there. You could have strong Neptune, Pisces, Aquarius energy, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Jupiter strong in your chart as well. People also feel like y'all are fit, or you have nice arms, or you're able to like maybe your arms really fit your body in a way. Might sound weird to say, but people feel like, yeah, like you're from your collarbones, your chest, you seem well proportioned to people. I think that's what it is. You're well proportioned, and people feel like you look fit. You look like you could, in one step, be kind of light on your feet, kind of graceful, but in other ways, you can be very strong. So maybe you're taller than average, or you're thick, or you're very built, very muscular, but then you're very agile, and people are like, wow, like you move well, like you move better than me, and I'm a little tiny bit, right? This could also be that maybe, let's say if you're really short, if you are really short, that you still are somebody who is very well proportioned. So like if you were photographed, you would look a lot taller or whatever, something of that nature. But people see you as having a model quality to you, or something that people want to catch because they're captivated on film or on the screen. People want to take you from behind the scenes, as we said earlier over here, and get you in front of the screen, okay? Some of you have hair that's always sticking up, and people find that endearing. They're like, there it goes again. Your little bangs or whatever, your cowlick is always like, you know, you have a certain way your hair wants to part, or your hair kind of argues with you sometimes and does its own thing, and they find that is very endearing. All right. Little mad scientist moment, okay? We have monarch migration, reclamation, generations inheritance, meteor, vast possibility. So they feel like, again, the sky is the limit for you. Like you're going to follow your star. You're going to follow your own quality. You're meant for bigger and better things. That you're here to get like everything that your ancestors didn't get. So for some of you that coming from where you come from, your path, that kind of thing taps into your heritage. So they could really like how you rock your cultural heritage or the changes that you're making and how you express things versus how your ancestors did, or the continuations that you're making of how you express things in conjunction with how your ancestors did, okay? Again, there's the energy of you being a traveler. They could definitely see you high in the sky. People see you high vibration. They see you as somebody who's very spiritually woke and, you know, all that kind of stuff. They see you as someone who's transformed a lot. You've been different than how you were like back in school and things of that nature, but it's beautiful to behold. They see you as someone who's always going to find your right people. They could like the people around you or who you choose to allow in, even if it's one person or, you know, 25. They feel like, again, you have a good vetting process and you're going to make sure that it's other people who want to fly butterfly kind of energy as well. They see you, look, we have this out of this world kind of energy, vast possibilities. Again, they don't think that anything can limit you if you don't want it to be. They feel like you have a ton of connections in the spiritual world, a ton of soulmates on the planet, that you'll always be well received somewhere. You're always going to find love. You're always going to be able to kind of travel and get where you want, both physically and metaphorically. And they see you as being very high vibrational and very talented and skilled. People also... People see you as being cuttingly fair, and they see that sometimes you don't want to give back the vibe that others are getting because you feel like you're picky about exchanges. So like here it's right next to the Heather card. So if you're like someone's giving me compliments but I don't trust them, I don't think they're a safe person, like you will be okay with not giving that person attention or something. So people like that, they'd be like, oh wow, maybe sometimes they would be more easily flattered by others because you're a sensitive person. And we have kind of passive energies here because we do have like Libra and Pisces here, but then we have kind of the wild card Sagittarius and Aquarius energy here, a little bit Capricorn. So people feel like you have this mix of being very passive and gentle and spiritual, but then you also can be a bit erratic and eccentric. And then when people don't expect it, you can be pretty tough and you can be like, I said what I said, that's a boundary, don't push it kind of vibe. And people really like that sometimes you're like, no, like I know what the correct balance is. I'm not going to let you take me and overcharge me or convince me of something I don't owe you. Reclaim, right? Reclamation, reclaim my time. You can be particular about your money for this group for sure. You could really watch your coin and make sure that the exchange is good and stuff. And people really like that. We have the Five of Cups here, reverse. I was trying to do 5 minutes for each pile, y'all. Look at me. Look at me now. 13 minutes. Okay. The Five of Cups reverse, people like how you've triumphed over things that were sad. However you handled a breakup, however you handled a tough childhood, however you handled some kind of negativity, people feel like you did that. Like, what you mean? Like, you have gone so far beyond what anyone could request of you in so many ways, and just how you've grown spiritually and mentally, emotionally, all of this kind of thing. And in the physical world too, people see you as getting big contracts. They feel like you are somebody, first of all, you're always fresh. When you're ready to be fresh, you're going to do it. Sometimes you can do the rolled out of bed look for sure. You can do the yoga pants. Okay, you can do the gym shorts. But when you're ready to look fresh and to get tailored up, you can do that 100%. Everything pressed, but not you. Outfit pressed, but you ain't kind of vibe. Okay, you can really travel some. That's the vibe here. They feel like you could be like traveling high society vibes and not have a problem. You can travel, on street level, okay, kicking it there, not a problem. They feel like you can fit into a lot of different places and still know how to protect yourself, be authentic to yourself, and but at the same time still captivate your audience, be a very attractive person, a very spiritual person, a person who just has a magnificent aura to yourself. 100% with these energies here. So they see you as someone who will never let something keep you sad or down. You might feel it for a moment and then you realize, wait a minute, this isn't for me. I don't deserve this. And you cut that energy, you cut that cord, you weigh your cosmic scales and you go for your reclamation and what you deserve, okay? So this is what I'm seeing. Let me know what you feel down below. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again. Another one. Bye. Hey, for those of you who chose the black tourmaline pile here, let's go ahead and see what's the sweet tea, all the juiciness, all the good compliments on you, okay? Let's jump into this straight away. We have healthy, okay. healthy, people feel like you accept what's good towards you. You don't allow whatever, negativity or whatever to get in your head. You don't allow debt or doubt or distraction to get in your head. You're like, I'm going to go towards what's healthy for me. You could be someone who's really good at taking care of your physical health as well. Okay. You could be up in the gym, just working on your fitness. You could be just eating healthy. Maybe you're doing some yoga. You like to be outdoors. However it is that you do you, people see you as caring and have consideration to your health, and they really appreciate that. So you could be hitting some body goals. You could be eating in a way that is healthy for yourself. You could be nurturing or caretaking yourself in some kind of manner where they feel like you stay on top of what your body needs, your checkups, your appointments, your holistic game, your mind, body, soul kind of calibration and everything. People really get inspired by that for you. They feel like you're going to be someone who's going to look very healthy and very youthful, very, very, very late into your life. Okay, they feel like you're someone who is really preserving and investing in your body, that you're somebody who is going to continue to be able to do a lot with your body into a late age, and they see this as you accepting what works for yourself. Not so much focusing on necessarily rejection. So for instance, maybe you do eat some home cooked food, you do eat some desserts, or you do allow yourself lounging days and different things like that, but you also accept what is healthy for yourself and lean into that vibration. Okay. We have the devil card reverse. Yeah. So some of you could have gotten into, maybe you are on a sobriety path. You could have overcome some ailments. You could have gotten out of some kind of just toxic, indulgent, hedonistic moments in life that weren't the best for you. Maybe you partied hard, rock star vibes and all of that in the past, and now you're getting a lot healthier. So people feel like this is good. You're just leaning towards what works for you and managing things a bit better. It could be just the adjustments. People are seeing you adjust. Maybe you'll say, okay, yeah, I have one, not one and done, or what, something like this. Okay. But people are really impressed by this because it's coming up already in several places here. Let's go ahead and see. We have portal, vortex, other worlds, take a break, play, and have fun. People feel like you're able, like, first of all, you're funny. You're funny AF, but you're able to do it in a way that is not off-putting to others, and you're able to find humor and fun in situations where people would be bored. Like they're sitting there bored at the mug, but you're over there like, you start chuckling to yourself. They're like, what is funny? Like, I'm so bored. And you just have some kind of thought, some kind of mischief, some kind of story or memory or something. You're just over there entertaining yourself. It can also be for some of you, you're a lot more interesting than people think you are at first. Like, no shade, but people could see you as very efficient in life. There's a lot of Capricorn here. There's Virgo vibes. So you could have, like, let's say you're a fire sign, but you got an earth rising. So you have like Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, especially like Cap or Taurus or something, or Cap or Virgo, excuse me. And so people are like, okay, like you're super efficient. Like you're always doing adult things. Like I admire you. You're super healthy, super fit, super cut. But then they don't really know that you have humor. So when it comes out, it just like surprises people. They're like, what? You're a whole hoot and holler. Like what? Like, so you guys could have some sarcasm as well. You could be a little bit kind of cryptic sometimes. You can be a bit sardonic. You could be a bit like mischievous humor, kind of devil's advocate kind of thing. But people find that it's a healthy sense of humor. They end up seeing, okay, yeah, we did need to break the ice. We were being too serious or whatever it is. So you open people's energy up. You let people know that they can have a good time without it being like a problem or whatever. You guys could be good at diffusing energy, actually. So you might, I don't know if you'll necessarily think of yourself as like a peacemaker, but there could be times that people are really noting where people might have been like there was tension building. And so you can kind of crack a joke, kind of like you... You crack it like a lightning bolt, but it diffuses the energy and it makes people realize like chill, like we're just bowling, like it's fine. Like we're all good here. We can take a joke. We can have a good time, cool out. So you have a way of being kind of searing and interesting and, off kilter, but also bringing levity to a situation. So I feel like it's like really intriguing for people because they're like, how did they do that? Like it was practical advice, and yet it was also kind of roasting me. And yet it also made me calm down and be humble and like chill. How do they do that? I don't know. So you guys could have your own kind of language. Maybe you have a dialect, like you have an accent from a dialect of your people or where you're from. It could really show in how you talk. But people can feel like you have this kind of, you have some kind of linguistic swag, or just the way that you word things, the way you phrase things to people, the metaphors you give them. It just is so interesting. I feel like it kind of disarms people in a way, because like you suddenly start talking with some wisdom or some humor on something, and it's like they feel like they need to stop and like process this and listen to what you're saying, and then it makes them like give you more credit. It makes them actually start paying attention to what you're saying. So something about the way you communicate is really good. I feel like it works for you. I wouldn't get rid of that. So if you're like, yeah, I kind of have an accent from my my old hometown or whatever, and we kind of have a way of talking that we do, but I don't know if it's everyone's style, stick with it. If you're, especially if you're doing something public, I feel like really stick with it, because I think that is what's going to, like, it's you, it's authentic. I wouldn't try to code switch too much. That's just my advice here. I really wouldn't, because I feel like people somehow, again, it's disarming to people in a good way, and it makes people have more fun and like lighten up and like get the stick out of the mud. But it also makes people listen to you a bit more, like you catch their attention. So just keep that in mind. Over here we have the eucalyptus, yeah, clearing the air. Clearing the air. Again, some of you have been detoxing. You've been getting off like some kind of negative things that you were into that weren't good, body-wise, health-wise, or whatever it is. X. Some of you finally got over an ex. People are like, wow, you healthy now. You got fifth house energy. Let's go. Hey, we do have Leo here. I don't know if I said it. I said fire signs, Leo or Sag. We do have water energy here with the ocean, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, little spray going on. Sorry, I just thought something else, and it's not that kind of read. So sips on my water here so I don't go into a scorpionic description, because some people, it said we can't say it here, but some people do have some naughty thoughts, okay? So all of that, y'all need a different kind of incognito red, okay? Kind of what do they think about you? That's what you need. You said, where's all the good stuff? Because I know that people be thinking that about me. You right. Okay, fine. You right. Okay. But not here. Later on. We'll do a different video. Y'all hilarious. Anyways, people find you very, very attractive. We have Wheel of Fortune. People feel like you could be lucky. You're lucky. You're a good risk taker. You're good at gambles. People like the way you move. They like the way you dance. They like the way you smell. People feel like you smell good. Some of you play instruments. You do something with music. So it could be just your dancing, throwing that thing around. Some of you do some kind of instruments or something like that. Yeah. You guys could be the person who gets really upset if someone does something just like rude that's not good for the earth or not good for animals. You could just be like, pick up your litter, like what's wrong with you? So people feel like you can be kind of a little bit rude and overprotective about like taking care of animals or taking care of the earth or something, but they like that. They like that you're going to be like crouchety about it. This could be where you're cracking on people and they're like, okay, but you're right, so I can't be mad. Hard knocks, I knew it. You got hard knocks. So you can come and kind of, really throw a punch towards people in a way, but they also feel this levity. You could definitely have Sagittarius placements. This feels like when people are like Sag Sun, Sag Moon, they kind of get away with talking crap a lot more than other signs because they're funny and there's like a lightness to them. But at the same time, they're roasting people, they're serious, and they kind of can't stand everybody. So... They really can't. So there's like kind of this mix of energy, but people feel like you're a jokester. We got the trickster card. You're a prankster. You're mischievous. You're kind of spooky sometimes, but they're like, really? Is that a real triple doggy dog, dear? Because you're kind of creeping me out, friend. You get into mischief and trouble, but again, you end up teaching people a positive lesson that they need to learn. So people really like that. People see, I knew it. People feel like you're built, you're attractive. Again, you're healthy. You take care of yourself. You could have strong Virgo in your chart or strong Earth. Look at this. This is the thickest horse in the whole tarot. Okay, the thickest horse. You'll move when you say you want to move, how you want to move, and people like that. You could be very intelligent. for sure. High intelligence. You can know about your money. You could, again, some of you could have come out of like debt or something. Maybe you launched another business and you're not letting anything get you down. You're making sure to really handle your finances. You guys could be like eternal students. You could literally always be going back to school for something or having different times where you educate yourself. Some of you go on abroad or you travel or something as a way of getting your education, or you go and you study under like particular mentors of your craft or what it is that you're interested in. And people really like that. They feel like that makes you a very interested person. It makes you very well-rounded. You guys have a level head on your shoulders. People like your hair. You guys, a lot of you are going to have thick hair. And they really, really like your hair, or you have something with kind of your growth pattern or your hair pattern that people really like. They feel like that's very attractive, it's very beautiful, and maybe a bit unique in the way you do it. I'm seeing some people could have like mohawks. You might have your hair shaved in some place, but then in other place you have a lot of hair, something of this nature. Some of you are cracking up because you're like, look, I shaved it all. I'm bald now. What they mean? I do see people who rock hats well, though. So it could be that you rock a hat. Could be something with a helmet. Maybe you're in some kind of sport or something. You wear a helmet, but people feel like you look good. But there's something with headgear. It could be your teeth too, because I am seeing them smiling with all their teeth out. So maybe you guys used to have to work on your teeth a lot. You could have worked on your health a lot. You might not realize how far your health has come, because people feel like you're very healthy. They feel like you look great. You look amazing. If you had a time where you needed to recover for something, they feel like you recovered like spectacularly. They feel like you did really, really well. Your body's doing great is the way that they see things. So again, they have this vibe that you're probably the healthiest out of everyone around when it comes down to it, okay? But people feel, some of you got waves, some of you got braids for sure. Yeah, you could have some cornrows in, that kind of thing. I'm seeing all different kinds of hairstyles, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of braiding, weaving, all different kinds of styles. We have straight hair here, we have curly hair, we got beards. So whatever it is with your hair game or how you choose to wear or not wear it, it just looks like people really like that. Some of you got some silver going on, all different kinds of things here. Yeah. So I feel like people trust your advice. They trust your wisdom. They think you're a good investment, by the way. People feel like you would respect their coin, handle their coin well. They feel like you're very cointy, you're very abundant. They feel like you're very ambitious, but you're willing to work for it. They feel like you're a really good employee, or you're a good student, you're a good family member, like you're a salt of the earth kind of person. They feel like you're going to achieve a lot. They feel like you can bend the knee when you need to about certain things, but you're also very inflexible when you need to be, and they really appreciate that. Like you can bite the bullet and be like, hey, like I need to take care of my life, so let me just do all this mundane stuff that's really annoying. But then at the same time, when you don't want to submit to something, you can be like insubordinate 100%, and they really like that as well. So this is what I'm seeing for your read, okay? Yes. Oh, I'm also seeing people seem to like colors from like pink, peach, yellow, oranges, creams, and that like all of these cards have those kind of tones in them. So that seems to be the colors people really like you in. It could also be white, that people like you in white. All right. Yes, and also if you have whatever earrings, some of you have earrings, you might have plugs, or you wear big dangly, something with earrings, got a stud, and there could also be tattoos. Some of you specifically have some kind of like regional tattoo, like you have something of a certain like your cultural thing, or you have something that has like a country, something that's significant to like a particular country or whatever. So people really like that. And it could also be, some of you might have done something, could be kind of street, like, you know, people who are like street artists, but they're also tattoo artists. Some of you also could be like a street artist. Yeah, you could definitely do something like that. And they really admire your work, by the way. They really do, for sure. The way some of you do something where you juxtapose like the city with like earthy things or whatever, or you kind of have some kind of contrast to that. Almost like a dystopian vibe for some of you, or just like some kind of commentary. I don't know. That could be like one person, but I'm feeling some kind of like, I think someone's really, really into art and you do something like that. And they like that energy that you bring. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose the little torch here, the lighter, the candle lighter here, let's go ahead and see what's the sweet tea on you. We already have one flipped over here with the ivy. So people could feel like you are highly intelligent. They feel like you can climb to any circle you want. They can feel like you are a little bit forbidding, because I feel like ivy's always like over like forbidden places and stuff, right? You're a little bit mysterious, a little bit like, is this gonna be a fairy tale, or is this person gonna like hex me? I'm not sure, but I still want to approach them. This kind of vibe here. People feel like you can go ahead and get favor where you want, though, and they feel like you can be very, very smart, very intelligent. You know how to maneuver. I'm gonna set your thing over here. You can know how to maneuver within different circles. Yes. They feel like people watch you a lot. First of all, you guys have magnetic eyes. People also like whatever type of eyelids you have, whatever type of eyes you have, eyelashes, eye color, shape of your eyes, eyebrows. People really, really like them. People also feel like you can stop them in the tracks. Again, you have a very forbidding energy, like foreboding vibe, kind of like, it's like they feel like crows probably follow you around and like caw at people that you don't want to approach you. Maybe you guys have some kind of scorpionic energy. Maybe you're a little bit gothic, or you're just brooding or intense. Some of you are like, no, I'm super peppy. But they feel like there's just something in a look sometimes where there's this kind of, I should stay away, or do you have permission to approach? People feel this, but they feel like you can check someone real quick with your eyes, and that you can definitely let someone know, no, I'm not interested, back off. Why are you looking at me? All right. Yes, but people also do see that you can be very warm. They see you as being a very physically, like physical communication type person. Maybe you're very touchy. You're very, like, the way you move in your body is very physical, and the way people perceive you, and they really like that. You seem to eat up the ground when you walk, or you kind of sashay, you sit in your body, or you kind of have just that kind of swagger movement to you. You seem to be very connected to your physical body, and people really like that. You seem comfortable and casual in your physical body, and people like that. You guys could mix up your style. You could play with patterns and textures that people say don't go together, or you could play with different gender kind of clothing than what like is just like what people would tell you, I guess, conservatively to wear. You could play that up or whatever. You might just like to wear your partner's clothes, or kind of wear the boyfriend jeans kind of thing. But for some of you, you really express yourself through your clothing, and you really break some kind of stereotypical barriers in how you express yourself in your clothing. Yeah, we have compatible differences. So people realize if they do get out of fear and they do approach you, that you are a person that you tend to find commonalities with others. You do try to find how you guys are similar. Crossroads. That's interesting. We had a crossroads card in a different place down here come up for another group. Maybe you guys picked more than one pile. And we do have this outdoor. We had that crossroads has a street light on it, and here we have the street like telephone wires or whatever. So usually there's a street light attached to that. Momentary power, influence, success, and or connection. So people feel like trying to stay connected with you is very hard. Like you disappear in the ethers, and people are like, wait, where did they go? Why? So people can feel like you're hard to communicate with consistently. They feel like you're probably just booed up with someone somewhere and just having a good time. They're not really sure what's going on in that regard. They're like, is your phone broke? Like, or was I just lucky to communicate with you for a short period of time? You guys could be very good drivers, and people like that, they see you as really being able to navigate situations that people couldn't. So it could also be metaphorically, you're kind of like the Chariot card. You go towards, like you have these power surges, and you go towards success. People like your hair. Some of you have very long hair, what others would consider as very long hair. Could be, I do feel like people are acknowledging that you're different than a gender stereotype, like a cisgender stereotype, but they're still comparing you, and the comparisons they're giving to what would be for your gender stereotype. You know what I mean? So like could say like you have long hair for a male, like that kind of thing. So please excuse, but if this is kind of like the terminology I'm getting. So I think you really break people's mind open. You make them see things in all different kind of colors and understanding, where at first they'd be like, no, what is that? Is he wearing a skirt? What? Huh? What is it? Is it a camel? It's not a camel. Why are you wearing a skirt? But then it would be like, well, you kind of moving that. You kind of wearing that. Shoot, maybe I should give me a little skirt. So it's like you guys have something like this where you have this like power, this influence that it says, and you show successfully how you make things connect, okay? And others might not get it, and others could be in your business a bit about what you're doing and whom with and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, they end up rocking with you. And somehow it's kind of weird because they're in your physical intimacy business, but they end up kind of cheering for you. They could feel like maybe they like to hear where you tell, I don't know, some people tell stories like that. They'll go on their live and say, oh man, you don't believe what happened this time. So maybe you guys kind of share your different mysterious interactions that you have with others. Or it could just be like maybe they see you walking with somebody who's also not cisgender and you guys being in love, and they're like, wow, other people would be scared to do that, but you're out here like, this is us. And, you know, everyone else, they can see you just give them the look, step back, step off, because we're doing us. So you do something empowering. The way others see it, just being who you are. Maybe it's something simple like you wear red heels and they're like, oh my gosh, I could never wear red heels. The things people would say about me. But somehow you encourage people. You push the envelope in things, and how you embrace yourself and how you rep your body and how you want to interact with others. It could be like you're a friend who's a hugger, you know, and maybe someone's from a culture where it's like you don't do that. And so they're just like, wow, like you really just, if you love someone, if you miss them, you just hug them. And so there's something here. It could be cis-compatible differences. So people are very different than you, but they're liking what you're doing and it's making them see things in other ways. And they're like, wow, okay. But yeah, you guys could have what is considered either very short or very long hair. And people like your hair. Four of Swords Reaver. Yeah, some of you could have very long hair. This one's going all Rapunzel. Maybe you guys have rocked both. That could be it. Maybe you've rocked very long hairstyles, but then you cut it really short, and people could be like, no, you know, kind of moment. But then you ended up pulling it off, and people were like, oh, well, maybe I do like this. Wow. And you guys could have also gone from a time period where you used to cover your head or really cover your body a lot, but then you suddenly decide, yeah, I don't like clothes. You know, shirts off, whatever. And people were like, oh, okay. At first I was kind of like, no, but I could see how this could be you too. Okay, I get it. So you guys could change things up in your pictures and your photos or whatever. Or maybe you're just different in one place where they meet you. Like maybe they meet you at work and you're always super professional, all these kind of things. And then they meet you out walking about and you in your little low cut with your high shorts doing what you want. And people are like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But I see it. Okay, that works. People feel like you bounce back very quickly. They feel like you have a good immune system. They feel like you always look healthy. You can look very in season. So like you tend to, like, maybe you don't look too blah during the winter. You keep your health, something of this nature. And if you do have like a little moment of, you know, not always being the healthiest, knock on woods, they feel like you bounce back very, very quickly. You get back to thriving, but really your vitality, like your energy, if you get a little kind of down surge here and you feel a little bit low about something, you instantly get like re-energized and you get your vitality back, you get your glow back, your body starts syncing up. All of these swords have hearts on them. So like as soon as this person hit a 3 of Swords, they were like, nope, I got another Ace of Swords. I'm already telling my body and programming myself to bounce back, love myself, thrive, be happy. That's what I'm going to do. So people can see that they can feel like you have your mind over your body. Like you're able to will yourself to feel better, will yourself to have energy, will yourself to get results that you want. Where they're like, how did your hair grow that fast? Like seriously, it's not possible. How did you regenerate yourself? How did you get over that illness? Like how is that possible? So people really do start thinking about the power of your mind and how you like manifest and how like they're around you, but they start looking like that's not really, they're like looking at the time that you accomplished something. They're like, what? What? It doesn't math. Like, how did you recover from this? And this isn't supposed to be something that leaves no scar, but your skin just healed itself and stuff. And like you over there doing your little holistic meditations and stuff. So people start noticing things like this about you for sure. And that could be again where they would think differently or give different advice, but then they start wanting to like get closer to you because they're like, how did you do that, by the way? How? What's your connect? Temperance, yeah, the alchemist. Yeah, makes sense. You feel like you're very harmonious with compatible differences in temperance. You're a person who has a lot of different angles to yourself. You could be multicultural, and so people really like that. They like how you rock your different cultures. They like how your look came out, whatever it is, how you do you. You could be like different nations. Maybe you have dual citizenship. You could be multilingual. You know, something of that nature. Something about different cultures coming together where you're honoring, like, let's say you're Black Native, so you're honoring your African ancestors, you're honoring your Native ancestors, and it just brings out some beautiful textures, and they just love the way that you see things and how you do things, okay? People feel like you're humble. They feel like if I was you, I'd be talking ish. People feel like if they were you, come on now. You have your momentary power flashes and people love it. They love when you feel yourself for a minute and you show off a little bit. But then you're very chill and you're very annoying. You're very low key about a lot of things. Even though you can climb very high and be very successful, you say no to a lot. You're not taking every deal that comes towards you, things of that nature. And people see you as so empowering. Like, I feel like the temperance is even kind of way more leveled up than the magician, right? And the temperance is doing like universal, multiverses, kind of high priestess level, kind of magician moment stuff, right? And the magic and the alchemy that they're wielding. So they feel like you are just next level in creating yourself, showing who you are. Okay. For sure. Temperance card can also show someone who is a transgender as well. So they could be very just happy to see you doing you, seeing you rocking who you are, not being compartmentalized. That makes so much sense because I was getting that earlier where I was like, some of you do something different than the cisgender norm, right? Or heteronormative kind of vibe or whatever. Others of you, you're loving safe space. You welcome everybody in. You're just like, of course, do you kind of vibration. People feel like you're a genuine, kind person too. Like, you don't just pretend to be and then try to do like a power trip. Like, like, oh yeah, I'm here to help this movement, or I'm here to do this good thing. But then you immediately start trying to like see who's the winner, who's the popular one, who's ostracized, and playing all these games and taking over where you need to just chill. They're seeing that you're humble. You're someone who can be led when you need to, but you're also somebody who can take the lead when you need to. And people really appreciate that. I feel like they really watch you in regards to that. That's a star card. You bring a healing quality to others. You make people wonder, how do you do it all? You got your hands in so many pockets, so many pots, but you come up good. You're not Seven of Cups where you don't like manifest anything really. You just have the talent. Like, you really are out here doing this art. You're out here making things move. We have all different kinds of things. We have a lotus of spiritual enlightenment. We have a bell, okay? It's giving me notification bell, like doing things in divine timing, but be ready in the real world. We have a bow and arrow here. We have all different kinds of things. We have like a necklace with jewels. People just see you as a spiritually and creatively very abundant person. They see you as somebody who's a good person, who has a good personality. All right, King of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, they don't see you as greedy. So I feel like people would trust you. People would trust you for sure. They would be like, okay, I don't know if you're going to want to be here. People don't see you as consistent or able to pin down. They could see you as a traveler, someone who moves a lot. Maybe you're a foreigner or something like that, or you just like to be on the road. Yeah, and they're not sure where you are. You could relocate a lot, or you just kind of go off grid. That's what it is, literally off grid. You could go off grid. But people feel like, I feel like people will wait for you to come back around though. They'll always be glad to connect with you, even if they're kind of unsure sometimes what your connection is. They could see you as somebody who it is easier to connect with you when they're in the same physical vicinity as you. But they also like that you have this kind of vibe that you go off and do these mystical things and kind of chase your greater, like, I don't know, people feel like you're chasing your destiny, and people feel like you're someone who's very fortuitous, but you make your own fortune, and that you really are someone they need to just like let go and let you go do your own thing. People could definitely see you as non-traditional when it comes to how you make money, how you do relationships or your family dynamics. You could be someone who adopts a lot of friends and then you're like, my friends are my family kind of vibe. You can be somebody who ends up in a completely different culture, a different nation, a different just a different kind of lifestyle than where you started at. And I think it's all part of your journey of who you are. So people feel like you just are so rich in stories. You could be a good storyteller as well. But people feel like they're not always sure who you are or how you're transforming or who you're going to be, but they trust that you're going to be real about it, that you're going to be genuine, you're going to be very honest, and you're going to be yourself no matter where you are in this climb or where you are on this roadway in this thing called life, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose the green flute pile, let's go ahead and see what's the sweet tea. I knew I had to sip a little bit. These were supposed to be 5 minutes only, y'all, and here I go. So that's why I was like, let me do 5 piles because I'll just do 5 minutes only. But then, all the information wants to come out, so I have to keep giving you your compliments. Let's go ahead and see for group green flute. Well, they definitely feel like you fly by the seat of your pants and to your own tune. What do people like about you? That you're weird. Okay, what, you thought I wasn't gonna know? You say Himi won't see it. It'll just come out, you're not gonna know. I know you're weird, you're strange, you're unique. Okay. All of the above and then some. You're somebody who can be very erratic, very unpredictable. You can be a little bit chaotic. Maybe, who knows? Are you chaotic neutral? You can be a bit of a trickster, a prankster, and the way people see it. Yeah, you can be somebody who you just kind of look kind of wild sometimes. Can just seem kind of busy. Your energy's all over. You got part of your mind over here, part of your mind over there, right? Curiosity blooming right here in front of you. You just got a lot going on, but it's fun. It is a little mad scientist kind of vibe, for sure. It is a bit like whimsical artists being carried away by the wind, but then they see the sparkle on the ocean. So what's that over there kind of vibe? But people feel like you have an innocence to you. You have a spunk to you. You have a youthfulness, little spring in your step. They're just like, you guys can have a daze to you. Like, even if you're looking right at someone, you're not looking at them. You just seem to be kind of dazed, maybe slightly confused because the fool is reversed. You just seem to be kind of looking at other things or kind of spacing out. Like, you space out a lot, you daydream a lot, and people feel like this is, just very interesting. They feel like it's very enchanting. It's very charismatic about you. It keeps them so puzzled, but also like it starts endearing them towards you as well. You're kind of the person that people feel like you already fell off the cliff. You're like floating through the stars. So they're like trying to like get your attention, take out your headphone, pull you back, like, hey, wait, the light didn't turn. The light didn't turn colors yet. Like, just don't walk across the street now. People start feeling protective over you because they feel like, I don't know, maybe you're a little too innocent. Maybe you're a little naive sometimes. Maybe we got to protect you, protect you at all costs because you're just over here in your own world. It's so interesting because we have Uranus, which is Aquarius, but then we have the sun. So y'all are also surprisingly very cocky. You are. I caught you. You said, wait, is this a read or a compliment, Simi? What's going on? So y'all are cocky. And this is the thing, Aquarius, as much as they're open-minded and like sparkly and everything, they're super egoic. Like y'all are. Come on, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? You are. So you carry the energy of a Leo and an Aquarius, of Sun and Uranus, very strongly. So look and see what they're doing in your natal chart here. But people feel like you be feeling yourself. Maybe they feel like your connection. So since you're not always trusting on the universe necessarily, not saying you don't, but people feel like you rely on you, okay? You rely on you. And you allow yourself to make decisions based based upon, that was y'all. That was y'all's energy right now. Just the fool. You said, oh, hey, flute, twerk, twerk. And you just took off. Because you had confidence you could pull it off, right? You have this energy. You have strong solar plexus vibration. And you might not see it. You might not see it. Because people always see strong, like Jupiter, strong, like the fiery side of it, and strong, like solar energy with me. But I'm like, y'all, I told you, intrinsically an exceedingly shy person. Like, I'm really okay if I'm by myself for a year. Like, so I usually have high cycles of being very extroverted, and then I got introverted for a long time, right? So you guys could be someone where you're like, I'm really shy. I don't know why people are getting that. But you might not realize how confident you really are and how you move. It takes confidence to play things by ear. It takes confidence to know things are going to work out for yourself, right? It takes a little bit of feeling yourself to be like, the universe is looking at me and I have yes from my spiritual forces. Some people see that as even arrogant, right? Because they're like, who are you to think that the universe is going to come down and give you that particular meal that you wanted? Like, here's your chapter. Like, what? Right? So people feel like, wow, like you're confident. Like you really believe these things are going to go in your favor. And then we see it come through. Like the universe really is just answering you. We got a moon halo, the sun, and the star. Uranus rules astrology and the stars. Sun, moon, and stars. So people feel like you really rock your astrology. Maybe you're just like, I'm my zodiac and I'm proud. Leo, what? We have strong Leo Cancer here as well. You guys could be a new moon baby or a full moon baby or whatever your moon phase is. Look it up, y'all. It's really cool to study that. People just feel like you rock your astrology intensely and with confidence. And it really floors them and amazes them, okay? But they feel like you are the divine child who can do no wrong. Like even when you're ridiculous, like you're going to be endeared to everyone and you're going to come out on top and you're going to get like the big yes from the universe. You're going to find favor with people in power is how people see you. Longevity reverse. Looking good. Again, people see you as having no attention span, though, I have to say. But they like this. They feel like you're like squirrel a lot. And then they're like, oh, where is the squirrel? Yeah, let's look at that. So people feel like you're refreshing. You're very quick-witted, very hilarious, very quirky, eccentric humor, off-kilter kind of vibration to you. Very random. You can be really good at social media, 100%. You could be someone who's like super you might be a little addicted to social media, let's be honest. Or you're like, I'm the one that the social media should be about, okay, kind of vibe. But people feel like you look good. This is good looking. They feel like anyone will be a good looking couple with you because you look good. Like what? You just raise the energy of the room, okay? You just raise the look, all right? You raise the couple value as soon as you're with somebody, but they don't feel like you stay interested in people for long, to be honest. Even if you're like, what? I've been with the same person since middle school. They're like, yeah, but are you really? They feel like, don't you kind of have other love interests, or you could? They feel like you could have a lot of love interests. They feel like you probably have had a lot of experience in that area, okay? Yeah, people feel like you're a little bit prickly sometimes. They feel like you're a bit ornery, a little bit obnoxious sometimes, but they like this. They feel like you know your worth, period. They feel like you have 100% high confidence. They see you as having high value, high worth. They can see you as living in an expensive location. People feel like you have expensive clothes, expensive hair care, expensive style. They could feel like your beauty products are very expensive. I don't know. You just give expensive, honey. Chariot, chariot energy. People feel like you could relocate. Maybe you're like going to live in the rich areas or something. Or you can live in a place that people see as like an exotic getaway, or somewhere that they really want to be able to go to or travel to. Or they could see you as somebody who, like, you would be flown out to random places. You suddenly end up somewhere and people are like, how did you get there? Kind of vibe. And you're just like, just for being me. They flew me out. This is the kind of vibe people see you as. They see you as ambitious. They see you as successful. You guys could be very strong too. Some of you could be athletes, very successful. We have the world card. You guys could be models. This definitely could be someone who's like the Instagram influencer kind of person, Instagram model kind of person. People feel like you're very attractive. This is giving me money. It's reminding me of the print of money around the world, like all the different ways that money's printed and looks. So people feel like you can get that worldwide money. You could be like extremely successful with Chariot and the World card. You can meet all your goals and aspirations. You can be someone who can really be smart with business, handle your finances, build a big name, big reputation for yourself, stay really balanced with your business. They feel like you could build up like an entire company is the vibe of how people see you. Like we got like crystals and jewels here. We have ultimate triumph with the chariot, and we have, like this successful, like as you retire, you leave this realm like I lived a successful life. So people can see you as having sun in the 10th house energy. That it's like sun in the house of Capricorn, okay? Like I look good, I feel good, and I'm doing well for myself, period. What can I say? They see you as an outlier. They see you as being self-made in a lot of ways. They see you as kind of jumping. Some of you jump into trends a little late, but then you do very well with them. So it could be something like some of these kind of career choices and things of that nature. Yeah, they don't see you as staying in the industry very long. So you guys could be good at financing, like doing different things with finance. Like you could be good with investments is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because you can know when to like jump into something, and then like you jump out at the right time, and you seem to have this blessed kind of fortune energy, but at the same time you're making your own fortune and you're being very risky. People see you as risque, okay? Over here, maybe some of you do something that's kind of like, you have some like boudoir kind of photos, or you do like partial nudes, or all different kinds of maybe full nudes, something of this nature. We have Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius. Yeah. Could be some Gemini energy, just the way the energy is flitting all over the place. We couldn't leave Gemini out. Could have some third house placements, but people feel like you're going to travel, you're going to be successful. They're not surprised if you end up on a yacht somewhere. They definitely could, maybe for some of you, they always saw you as like most unpredictable, but if you wanted like most successful, like you're like in your yearbook or something kind of vibe. I do think people look you up. I do think people look at your yearbook picture. I think to this day you still got people stuck and sprung. 100%. I really think you have people that are still like, wow, who did you become? They look you up and they feel like, wow, you're very attractive, you're very successful, you're doing well. People feel like you're going to continue to get really good offers and you're going to continue to shine. You're going to continue to have spiritual blessings. And basically, again, no matter how silly or goofy you are and how much you kind of take maybe unnecessary risks, because the fool's reverse sometimes, they feel like you're always gonna, like, life's gonna look good. You're gonna look good. Life's gonna look good. You're gonna land on your feet and you're always gonna be blessed. And like the world's always gonna be ready for you to take it by storm and leave your mark and be very successful. So people feel like you'll end up in some kind of very exotic location, kind of vacation kind of places where you'll end up living. And that's gonna be your life. And you'll probably have more than one home. People will see you as having more than one home. Yeah, being very world traveled and comfort and style here, first class kind of energy. Yeah, 100%. So that's what I'm saying. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, hey, last group here, group 5. Let's go ahead and see what's the sweet tea on you. What are people saying? How do they think and feel and view you? All good things, all good things. All right. We have all is well here. Well, first of all, your spirit crew is chiming in here, okay? So I always love when that happens in these readings. Sometimes we just have only humans' perspective, but sometimes the spirit world can't help themselves and they want to give you compliments as well. So we do have those, your loved ones on the other side, saying, hey, we're good over here, and we're chiming in as well with some of these compliments are definitely sent from us too. We love you, miss you. Everything's good here. Have some fun, okay? They're saying some of you need some jokes here. You've been dealing with some clowns, okay? So this reading's for you. This for you, boo. And your loved ones on the other side made sure that you found this reading, okay? Beautiful energy. We have lavender here. Communication energy, healing energy. People feel like you're calming. They feel like you're peaceful. This is a herb of Mercury, but it's a herb of Mercury because it calms the stressors that Mercury can have, like Gemini and Virgo energy, okay? It's very healing. We know about lavender. It's the most known herb, I think, in all mystical things. But yeah, people feel like they really like your voice. They really like your voice, 100%. People could listen to you for a long time. And they feel like you just make them feel relaxed. Even if you're someone who's a super hype person, you make them feel relaxed. And whatever your personality style is, you make people feel comfortable. You make them decompress. Make them feel like they just had a mini vacation or something. They feel better. You know, sometimes you get off the phone with someone that you really rock with and you're like, wow, I feel better. I feel like I just had a little vacation. Like just talking and laughing with them. People feel like you're very funny. You definitely could probably be the person people go to. Like people go to you to see that everything's okay. Everything's okay. That's beautiful. You're that kind of person that you might sit there and, roast their ex or something a little bit with them and then just remind them, hey, you're loved. Let's just talk or whatever. And when people leave your presence, they feel so grateful. They really do. And they feel like, you know what? Hey, the joke's on life. Like, I'm a good person. I just talked to an amazing person. I feel, restabilized. I feel convinced now. And yeah, notifications. People literally wait for your notifications. If you're doing some kind of uploading or something, going live, or just messaging and talking to people, people truly wait to hear from you. Yeah, and they also feel you can give the for whom the bell tolls to others when they need it, okay? You know how to call out some BS as well. You really make sure, again, that your loved ones feel safe and that you can have some really good vibrations around you. We have all this, like, sparkle lights in the back. So you have that kind of fairy dust, fairy light energy in the way that you inspire people, that city light kind of vibe as well. You're very chill. I'm suddenly feeling very, very chill with this group. No spiritual support for this right now, frost and delayed. So this is saying also, you're somebody who's a really good counselor. You're just like really good at insight. You know, because you're very connected with your spirit crew, when something is the move and when no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not right. You know who to trust and who not to trust. So you're able to kind of be frosty with your heart. But people know that it's a good thing. Like, you don't let people play with you too much like that. Yeah, it's a good thing. Or when you feel like you gave someone a chance, if they start trying to play around, trying to, do a trick or whatever, you're somebody who you will cool things down. Maybe some of you have Saturn in aspect to your Venus, or you have it in aspect to your moon, or you have Capricorn, Venus, or moon. But people feel like when it's time to stop being played with and joking around, you will protect yourself, and you're able to give people advice and information as well as to how to deburden themselves. Yeah. People can see you as like having a very mature side. They see you as being very social and very fun, but they really see you as a deep healer. They see you as somebody who's like throwing off oppression. You're throwing off like, problems on your back that other people are trying to give you. And you're like, no, that's not right for my spiritual path. Like, that's not my karma. It's not my issue. I shouldn't have to suffer. Like, let me be happy. So people feel like you're just really amazing that way, because you make people stop and think about the decisions they're making and how they accept certain things, and like why do they accept the certain things that they do. People really like your hair. So you guys could have really thick hair. You could do a lot with the design of your hair. You might take time, even if it's an updo or whatever, or they feel like you just pull it off well. Even if you're like, well, I do a messy bun, people might feel like it's a very stylized messy bun, that kind of thing. They feel like you put a lot of effort into your hair. Some of you clown people's makeup and stuff. You probably have a way that you do your makeup, and other styles you kind of clown or something, for those of you who wear makeup. So there's something about this. I think y'all are funny. We do have a Sagittarius card here, a Saturn and Sagittarius. So Capricorn and Sagittarius are both very sarcastic. But yeah, mostly people feel like you can be savage. You can be savage. That group. Strength. Oh, wow. You really can, with your words and with your physical body. You can be scrappy. It's interesting because people feel you're such a healer, but they also know that you could throw hands or you could throw words if you really need to. You're somebody who people can come to. You know what it gives me? It gives me that vibe of like the fierce nurse. When you're watching a show and there's like the nurse who is like so fierce and doesn't play about her patients. And when someone comes, like she'll be so nurturing, or they'll be so nurturing. And then when someone comes and tries to mess with them, ready to kill for them on site. You do not mess with my patients. I'm taking care of them. We need more nurses like that, because we sure enough don't have enough. That's the vibe people feel about you. They feel like you are a fierce friend. You could look fiery. Some of you have red hair, or you might throw on a wig, okay? This little being here is like a gator bear. It's a chimera of some sort, gator, bear, lion. But it's got his wig on, honey, okay? It's looking spectacular even in this wrestling match. So people feel like you could, I feel like sometimes you might go natural, but then sometimes you really go and you might dye your hair, put a wig on, do makeup, put on hats or glasses or big watches or something. So sometimes you feel like that's not the move, and you might feel like it's a little corny, but when you do it very well. But people feel they like you in fiery colors, first of all, red and orange, a lot of fiery color, hot magenta, bright colors, and then a little bit of cool. So sometimes that lavender and blue. But people feel like you're very strong. They feel like you have where you can look a bit intimidating sometimes. That's what it could be. They could feel like you're someone who you come off as like the big scary bear, right? Kind of vibe, or very formidable, very fierce, the way you kind of walk and how you can even talk. But then you're actually a very like cuddly, soft person. And they love that. So some of you could be very strong, or you could just have that energy that, just leave me alone, don't mess with me, I got other important things I'm thinking about. But then you're like, oh no, I'm actually okay. You guys are that person where they're like, are you sad? Are you mad? You're like, oh no, I'm fine. And they're like, oh. I wouldn't have suspected that. So yeah, I think people trust that you will tell them if you're okay or not. Yeah, people really do. They feel like you're honest about that. People feel that you handle loss well, that you try to watch your words a lot. You really do try to watch your words and be gracious to others. You try to think about things and try not to just put heavy words or problems on others that they couldn't deal with. So people really have a lot of a kind of emotional experience energy, and their compliments for you. All right, I see for this group, people really like your neck. I think you can come for people's necks when you want. People like your nails, fingernails and toenails. People like your feet and your toes. There's a lot of feet and toes going on here. And hands. You got the claws. There's a lot of hands, feet, and toes going on in these cards. So I feel like people really like that about you. They could like your back. Some of you have very strong backs. You can be very, very, very strong. People like when you wear kind of baggier clothes, or like kind of sweaters, or kind of clothes that kind of bulk you up in some way, or you pull it off well. So yeah, this even here, the Knight of Swords is very overdressed. We have big sweaters going on. I do again feel like people will like your neck and like your décolleté kind of area, but in your ears, you could have cute ears. Some of you have really cute ears. You could do your hair cute around your ears as well, the way it falls. If you're of the culture, okay, baby hairs, but anyone else stop. But yes, whatever you do around your ears, maybe you always put your hair behind your ears, or it's always covering your ears, and then when it shows, they're like, oh my gosh, your ears are cute. It's this vibe. I'm seeing something here. This wouldn't be for everybody, but for some of you, they know that you have some hidden tattoo or piercing, and you wouldn't show it, but they think it's cute. They like it. Someone saw it. Someone sicked it. Ah! It snuck out. It snapped out, okay? Yeah, but people feel like you're very strong. 100% very strong. And they could really like your bum because, you know, traditionally in the strength card, the lion has his butt up. So I've seen that card come up a lot when people really like someone's butt. So just saying, just saying. But they got your sacral energy, also your belly area. You might have a little tummy, you might have abs, whatever it is, people like it, okay? They feel like that's cute. All right, that's attractive. I like that. People like the sound of your voice and like to hear the sound of you walk or the sound of you doing stuff. So like, let's say if they're like your coworker or whatever, and you're always like moving your little papers and this and that, they like the sounds of like the ambiance of hearing you. Maybe some of you do some kind of like a media or something like this. I feel like a lot of you are almost kind of quiet. You're kind of chill, but you do have two cards of Mercury, but they're both chill. So I don't know, maybe you do something like ASMR, or people feel like your voice or your some kind of actions that you do give them that kind of effect. This can even be like a neighbor, actually, I'm getting. Like you come home and just your sounds of you coming home and settling into the house is actually really relaxing to them. And like somehow they, even subconsciously, it just kind of gets them into their rhythm of like calming down for the night. That's the vibe that you guys have. But I feel like people base some of their answers upon what you do. Because here we're looking at the rings of the moon to get an answer to see, does the spirit world support it or not? Is it okay or is it not? So I feel like people really trust your judgment. People think that you're very wise. They like what you say, but also just you talking and things you do. Let's say you were on a live. People would base what they do this day and like listen to, like try to find something that resonates with their intuition based upon what you're doing. It might seem so weird. You might be like, well, I'm a mechanic and I was just fixing a car. But you might say some kind of phrase where like, I don't know, what do they say? There she goes. No, that's sailors. There she blows. I don't know. What do mechanics say, y'all? But they're like, oh my gosh, baseball. But you just say something like that and they're like, oh, it's a go, it's a go. So they took away that information. Like people literally will come and talk to you for a few minutes just to get a word spiritually somehow through you based upon what you're doing or how you're thinking or what you move, is something a go or not. They feel like you have hidden information. That's what it is. They feel like you have hidden information that's really hard earned, really, really hard earned, and that you can lie in wait for a long time till it's the right time to move. So this is another thing. People could feel like they can save themselves from tough karma or save themselves from going into debt or things like that, or from getting embarrassed from like a dating situation by watching what you would do. And they'll watch you figure someone else out. They'll watch you use your insight to clock a situation, and then they'll come up behind like, oh yeah, $10 on number 5 too. You gonna get in on this, mom? Cause Group 5 said they got, yeah. Don't you know they always right? So that's how people feel about you. We have Gemini, we have Leo, we have Virgo, we have Sagittarius here. We could have fire ascendants, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they feel like you're super chill for a fire sign or a fire ascendant, to be honest. We have Saturn and Sagittarius here. Could have Mars in a very chill sign, so a passive sign like Earth or Water, which would be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I know what the water signs are. Come on now. I feel like you guys need another card. I feel like they've given, I love it. They've given a lot of like mental and emotional and personality kind of sweet tea on you, but let's get a little bit more physicality. Although, okay, they did say your hands and your feet and your bum. All right, they did say you can look good natural or when you're dressing up. I know. They did say your hair looks like it just takes a lot of work and you look like you tend to it professionally. But let's go ahead and see what else can you call. They're like, how many messages you need? I just want a little more for them. All right. Yeah. People follow your lead. Okay. They're going to repeat. They're going to repeat. You heal well after loss. People really like your voice, even though you're chill. We got Mercury and Sag, but reverse here. Some of you have your Mercury retrograde or intercepted in your natal chart. We have also here, people follow your lead by your decisions and what they do because they feel like you're divinely led and you know the move. Overall, people feel like you're just that one. You're just that person. They feel like you get your wants and desires. Again, we have orange here. People like you in orange. You could be a child of Jupiter, Sagittarius, or Pisces. We have Jupiter in Pisces in this card here. They feel like you're a wish fulfillment. They feel like you are a godsend. They feel like you're very blessed. They feel like you were put around them so that they can have some kind of insight to things and help them understand better things that they weren't figuring out from their spirit crew. They feel like you can wear jewelry and cultural jewelry especially very well. So for those of you who you wear a lot of bright colors, you wear a lot of designs and patterns and clothing that is from your culture, you wear a lot of jewelry, you might have certain regalia you wear, you might have certain like kind of body paints, things like that you wear, or diadems or jewelry. They feel like you really wear that well. You look amazing. You do them proud. They feel like, wow, your culture is beautiful. Or if they're from your culture, they feel very proud to see you. You know, some of you might be doing that ceremonially. Maybe you're participating in weddings or some kind of ceremonies, different traditions. Some of you just decide, hey, this is who I am and I'm going to wear it. I'm going to rock it everywhere I go. Why not? This is who we are. People also feel like you're good at getting your bag. Okay, you're getting your bag. As soon as this person drank one of their 9 of Cups, they already had their bag here filled up. So people feel like you are very blessed and you're going to have a lot of blessings. They feel like you're cleared karma, you're clearing karma, and that you are due for a lot of goodness to come to you. Yeah, 100%. I think you have a lot of co-signers who say, we know it's delayed, but you're very high vibrational. You've dealt with a lot of frost. You've dealt with a lot of maybe closed doors or just like being the one who had to do the hard work. You've had a lot of loss, and now after loss, it's time for you to have all the blessings that you've been putting in the muscle work and this mental work and spiritual work to have. So people feel like you're a really good person that has been through a lot, and they truly want you to get your lucky star. They truly want you to get your blessings. They truly want you to have a good day, a good birthday, a good year. People wish you very well, and they feel like this is because this is who you are. You're a genuine person. You wish people well. You bless people. People remember when you gave them that Ace of Cups when they were tapped out. Or maybe they already had enough, but you still gave them an Ace of Cups because that's the kind of person that you are. And you help them see their shooting star. You help them see where they should say no to things for their betterment, but also where they could have yeses. And that like it's impactful on people. They remember it to the collective, okay? I also think as we have the spirit world speaking here that you've been witnessed by other spiritual beings like the stars and the luminaries. You know, you really have. And I think that's why there's this kind of energy of them coming through in your reading. And there's this grace here of you making it through hard times and you being someone who you're going to have a very good karmic path moving forward and a lot of blessings. So they said, hey, do some jokes, have some fun. Don't be so afraid about who the bell tolls. Don't be afraid that, oh my gosh, the cosmic shoe is going to fall. The other shoe is going to fall, right? And negativity is going to come in and get me. They said, don't think like that anymore for this group, okay? Because you are very loved. There's no spiritual support for you kind of getting tricks and pranks and negative things from the universe, from spiritual forces. No, they want you to have calm and peace and rest. They might even delay certain things in your life right now so that you allow yourself to rest, okay? So if that happens, no, it's not punishment. It's because you're deserving to have rest, to have some vacation time, to have downtime, to recompute things and see what you want to do moving forward, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing also 111. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Oh, another 11 right there. Thank you, Baby Magic, for sharing our time, y'all. And I will see you on another one. Bye.